Hey folks, here we are, West Village.
Greenwich Village, the old village.
Old stomping ground.
Hit him with the thing.
So we recorded an ep. Chuck had AIDS. We had to use another guy. He fucked up the audio.
Rupert.
That's it. Didn't want to say it.
Rupert Stinky Dick.
We spent $9 million fixing the audio, but it's not perfect, so don't yell at us, so we're still going to put it out.
Yeah, the audio sucks. Chuck blew it. Chuck's the worst.
He's fired.
He threw Rupert under the bus, but Chuck is in charge.
Yeah. It comes down to him ultimately.
Blamed it's time we chuck him. River.
Yes.
And, by the way, Luke Mona's filming this.
Hey,
Beautiful
now.
man.
Thank you very much.
How much does everyone say, oh my God, Joe's obsessed with you? He always mentions you.
It happened a couple times this weekend, I would say.
Spectacular teeth, man.
Yeah.
Turn the camera on when we're done.
All right, I will. Oh, I will.
No one knows who you are.
Look at this boy. I mean, is that the most attractive man you've ever seen?
I think people are going to be really upset in the comments.
That's beautiful.
People are really, oh, no, it's not good.
Look at this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, so the sound is kind of weird and funny, but don't you find the sounds, you adjust quickly.
That's true, yes.
Just adjust.
It's like RFK's voice.
That's
Pitch
very
perfect
true.
now.
Yeah, he's something that RFK.
Oh, yeah. Brainworm.
But anyway, so yeah, the sound is weird. It's probably not as bad as this sound is
That's
right
true.
now.
This is horrible.
I'll clean this up.
Yeah, we'll get her to sign a release.
Well, look at that.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
How about that?
Wow, look at that.
Red convertible. Anyways, that's it. Speaking of the 80s, I leave my baby with Luke. He gives the coochie coochie coo.
Oh, wow.
What is this, 49?
No good?
Classic. You gotta get some new material.
Oh, you gotta be like, what's up, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, no, motherfucker. Look at you, motherfucking baby.
I thought Coochie Coo was good. People
Oh,
love
Coochie Coo's
no.
bad.
I like Coochie.
Coochie Coo stinks. All right, so enjoy the ep. I thought it was a good ep, too.
One of the best eps of all time. Sound isn't that bad, so just be nice and enjoy the ep. It's a banger.
This is too long. We're not gonna be able to send it. All right,
All
cut
right.
it.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose
Ow! Baby doll! Man, it's a monsoon out there, but at least it's 65 degrees.
It's cooled down. It's nice. I went out this morning for my morning walk with the Bambino, shorts and t-shirt,
Yep.
and it was like a chill in the
Yes,
air.
the nip.
It felt like an autumn New England day. I loved it. He loved it. You could tell he was like, woo.
Yes, and I hate the heat with a fiery, cum-guzzling passion. So when it is at a little bit of a nip, I'm like, it bathes over me. I'm like, I feel like a guy, one of those douchebag influencers in a cold plunge.
Now, and also, and people will call and they'll write to me that I'm a faggot piece of shit, horse dick.
I did it once. Horse
But-
dick, you threw that in there.
Yeah, I don't know what, I was just throwing words out there.
What
But
are you, a pole vaulter?
I want sun all summer, but then eventually you get sun so many days in
Yes,
a row
yes.
that you're like, overcast. Nice. Give
Yeah.
me one overcast, just the one.
Exactly.
And the other thing, and you'll see this now when you have the baby, you become a DP, a director of photography, a double penetration, because the sun blasts a baby's eye. The baby's eyes are like this. It's like
like a vampire.
It's horrible. It's the worst thing you can do to the baby. Like they're like, it's like their eyes can't take
All I
it.
hear is sunlight is good. Sunlight heals, it exposes, it cleans.
Well, sunlight on the leg. You should see how tan this baby's legs are. It's crazy. He looks like
migrant?
Jim Carrey in that Rolling Stones shoot when the dog's biting his butt cheek.
Oh yeah, on the beach.
Pull that up, Rube. Yeah, you
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, the sunscreen.
Anyways, so
Copper tone.
he's good and tan, but the sun, the eyes, they can't take the sun.
Dan Morrison.
So they make this face.
Yeah.
So now, every morning I walk out, I'm like, I'm a cinematographer. I'm like, okay, it's 7 a.m., the sun's coming from here, because you gotta hide them and cook them
Right.
and crook them.
You got the light wall, that white balance thing.
Yeah.
The little doohickey.
Yeah, you gotta do all that shit.
He's
So,
like the kid, the guy in Total Recall. He goes out with Mars. He's like,
it's like that. So today, overcast, you're like, great, I don't have to worry about it, because sometimes you forget about it because you're, thinking or talking or whatever, and you take a corner and he's like, and you're like, you feel like you've just shoot him in the asshole.
Right,
Because
right.
that sun in the eye.
It's no good. They should make baby shades. How has that not been invented? Give me a shade for good. They look cute, and they're blocking.
I think there's some baby shades, but then what happens? They pull them off and they jam. It's so scary because they got the points and they're just like pointing things to their eyeball. They don't know that if you put a stake in your eye, you go blind for a couple days.
True. Yeah. Well, they should make them wrap around like a goggle.
That's good.
We have something here, but yeah, you're right. A kid will put a dick in his mouth, a foot in his ass, whatever. They were picking rocks up and eating them like crackheads.
Absolutely, and yeah, because you ever talked about the peanut butter dog trick?
Oh yeah.
Babies like peanut butter.
Oh.
No, I don't want to give anyone ideas.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I will have a kid. This is changing my whole outlook.
Yeah, I need anything you want. Well, this is bad news, bear. That's got to get us a yellow dollar sign.
Yeah, that's true. What's that, Asian money? But you gotta get the smooth. You know what that baby nibbling.
No nibbles. You know what your dick nibbled.
Does he have a tooth yet, this kid?
No tooth. It's like he's got hard, spiky gums. It hurts when he bites you.
Oh,
the finger.
wow. Yeah.
And but yeah, they haven't come in quite yet. But it's good, and it's funny because now they want you to shove peanut butter in his ass when he's 6 weeks old now.
Wait, what?
That's why all the peanut allergies happened because they were like, don't give the baby peanut butter until he's 10.
I see.
And then the allergies shot up through my asshole, and I came everywhere.
Yeah.
So now they're like, hold the phone, put down the phone, put it on vibrate, stick the peanut butter in his ass the day he's born.
Got it.
And
Choosy
so,
moms choose Jeff.
This kid, I just put a big spoonful in his tits every morning.
Take that, Skippy.
So did you get the news, girl?
Boy, wrong.
Oh, really?
Big cock on that bag.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, huge hug.
Wow.
Boy, all the way. It's a godsend. Thank you. Appreciate it. No menstrual.
I was way off, Jerry.
Well, I trust you. You're a soothsayer. You're wise. You have a totem pole, but nothing.
I guess I just didn't. Maybe it's a tiny little weensy
That
dick.
might be it.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, it runs in the family. But yeah, big old boy. And I gotta tell you, it was hard to not. No offense to the ladies out there, but I just want to go in knowing the parts. I've never seen a vagina. A clit's a myth, but I wanted to go in fresh, and that was exciting. I had to hold back my woohoo in the doctor's office.
It's everything. It's better all around. The emotions, the blood, the banging.
Yes.
It's no good. They hate you.
Yeah, exactly. The manipulation, all that. Plus, you spank the girl, they moan. But what do I add? Hold on, I had something. Wait. Oh, that was a gurgler.
That was like the last squirt of ketchup.
Yeah, I felt like a bubble on a volcano. Boom. So it's a boy, but she wanted a girl. But I figure we'll try again. We'll have two, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Shouldn't they have some science now where they go, we mixed up the chromosomes, now you got an Olympic boxer?
What do you mean?
Well, it feels like they could make a girl if they wanted in the lab.
Right. Well, we had lab, and they were like, it's a boy. You have a boy, fucking whatever the thing.
Penis.
Yeah, you shove it in there.
Uh-huh.
So, right, she's like, you got a dick in her right now.
I thought the same thing.
How about that? I think I've heard you say that before.
By the way, we had the crazy pregnant sex. She's hooting, hollering, legs akimbo, vibrating. Good time.
It's the best. I want to have an affair and impregnate the woman just so I can fuck her while she's pregnant. That's how good it was.
Oh, yeah. Super
It's
hot.
Unbelievable. Those tits get so fat and veiny. And
Yes.
the organ, they come fast and often.
Yeah, exactly. And it's heightened even when we're like, the little foreplay action, which I try to really make quick. Mm-hmm. She's really like fired up. I can feel her body convulsing, and it's I've never had a woman attracted to me.
I gotta tell you, I've been having I don't want to get too personal here, but I've been having some wonderful, wonderbar sex.
Oh, really?
Well, I am really into this mother business because I know a lot of people are like, she's a piece of shit, just mother garbage now. But I'm the opposite.
Like damaged goods.
Yeah, I think they look at it as whatever, but I'm like, because they say most affairs happen when the woman's pregnant. Just a heads up.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think you start to get a little, she blows up, she gets weird, and then you're like, this is it forever. Oh my God, my life's changing, so you better look out.
She sleeps around.
No, you.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was a big pregging waddling over to the gay bar.
No, she never looks at a man again. You're her forever boy, whatever.
Whoa,
Yeah,
mama.
You're the thing, but I think the guy starts to be like, well, let me try to get a couple in here. Everyone starts to look a little bit hotter.
Better, yeah.
So I had 3-4 when I was when she was pregnant. But
Well, I'm with you though. I've always had a MILF thing. I like an older bag. I like a red dirty leather. I like a catcher's mitt.
well, I think I've said this many times in the podcast before, but the big turn on with sex is you're seeing this woman in a totally different private thing.
Yes.
So that's why it's sexier to me when a woman is very conservatively dressed,
Yes.
or like a librarian or a school teacher, or that's why I like the people, not to name names, the people that are like online, like with their pussies out and their it's not as hot. That's why I never liked porn. Porn, you're like, well, they're just set up to get fucked.
You're giving it away.
Something hot would be like a fucking, you see,
An Amish broad.
yeah, or like
Robe on.
Michelle Obama naked, or
Oh,
Hillary
big
Clinton, or
dick.
Bill Clinton, any kind of nude,
Yes.
or like, that's why I'm really into newscasters. Harry
Yes,
Jackson and
yes.
Nicole Wallace
Pantsuit.
and Peter Jennings, like anyone that's like, hello,
Yeah.
we got a story just came in, like that's who you want to see, like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, Lou Dobbs.
And so Lou Dobbs Phillips, that's why I think the more mommy they are,
Yeah.
the hotter it is to be now. I'm fucking, the baby's sleeping. It's very exciting.
That's a great point, Fatty. And I always say, when I was single days on the road, the not skankiest, but the wildest in the sack, like the most uninhibited kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
First grade teacher girl. She's dealing with paste all day. She's doing letters and blocks and coloring and all this finger paint horse shit. You get her alone and she's like, I'm a grown-up! Like dirty me, slut me. Because in the class you can't say, you gotta say fudge and phooey and hockey sticks. And then at home it's like, put that lamp in my beehole.
Exactly. The cup's just toppled.
Oh, jeez.
But no, I have a close friend who recently dated like a third grade teacher, and he was like, I can't get any sleep. This woman's spitting in my eye. She's gargling my cum.
There you
she's
go.
looking at pictures of you in your underwear.
You gotta fuck her like a teacher, like 1, 2, 3. All right, here's the D. Take it to the A.
Right.
Keep it elementary.
So it's it's very exciting. I'm excited for the boy, and we got to go out. The 4 boys,
Hey,
4 buds,
let's do it. I love it. We'll put little gay suits on them.
the 4 guys.
Oh my God.
That
I'll get the baby shades ready.
baby shades, and we'll show them how to shave their pubes when the time comes. It's very exciting.
Ooh, yeah.
Because eventually they'll be basically the same age, which is very exciting.
Very excited. There'll be a little gap out of the gate, and then it'll even out probably.
Gap for a while. It'll be a long 5 years or something like that. 4 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just twinsies.
Hey, how cute is that?
We could pass it off and have Tuesdays with Stories going for another 75 years.
Whoa.
I mean, what if these 2 guys, they just become,
Yeah.
podcasters? We pass it down.
I love it. They'll do Thursdays with Tales.
Well, you think about, if you have a hardware store, you give it to your son.
That's true. Family biz.
So we give them the pod.
But then they're going to push back. I don't want your life, Dad. I'm my own man. And then you go, shut up. This is how it has to be.
Plus, they're not going to be the kinds of guys that say retard and queef and cum and blacks and blood and shit.
Yeah, they won't approve of that peanut butter in the butthole baby.
No, they're going to be like, what?
Well, that's the thing. Isn't that funny? I was thinking about this today. Like, you watch a movie from the 40s before we were around, and it's like, I do declare, and they have 2 beds, and the pregnant woman can't be in the shot and all that. You can't say this and that. And then in our day, the 80s, you watch Porky's, and you're like, Jesus. Like a kid now watching Porky's, which is like the 40s to a kid now.
Porky's 40s.
Like we were, and when we were kids, the 40s was now what a kid's is the 80s. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm not articulating it
the
well.
years separation. Yeah.
Yes. So you watch a comedy from the 40s and it's like, boink, zan, zooks, Charlie Chaplin's hanging off a train. And then you watch an 80s comedy and it's like, hey, you fucking or whatever, and then there's whores everywhere and bachelor party. Bleep that.
Bleep that, please.
But I'm just doing Corky's, literally. That's in the script. But bachelor party, Animal House, all this stuff. So kids today must be like, God damn, people were nuts back then. People were irreverent. People were balls to the walls, offensive. So it's our kids are going to flip and go the other way from us, is what I'm saying.
Right. But the culture, because we're counterculture.
True.
So the culture is more like, two black women are raising the white baby and this father knows best on TV, I think.
Yeah,
so maybe they'll be counterculture, because we're Legion of Skanks. Fucking Skank Fest and Skanks for the Memories over here.
yes.
So,
good album.
Great album. Maybe the best comedy album, in my opinion.
Whoa. I might put himself in there. But very different. And then there's a couple Carlins that are great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
Just
But
album itself.
Shoot Up is up there.
Yeah. As a special, but just CD, record, album, put it on. Tough to beat that one.
Should have hung out, man. Even the guy in the Babylon 5 shirt got a little.
I mean, is she crazy like it says on her bracelets? You meant to be Papa Smurf.
Anyone here has tattoos? Scars! I think you're looking for the women's shelter. Oprah will be with you in a moment.
So your kids' show business. Just give me a minute. The people at home, they're leaving already. I mean, it's wall to wall. I'm wearing plugs. I can't tell a story. I mean,
I want it to sound like a boot stuck in mud. Only weather.
Pizza Pussy Santa.
Pizza Pussy Santa. You know the origin of kid show business?
No.
So this is some inside comedy nerd shit. In Dave Attell's Comedy Central Presents, he doesn't like his set, and he's like kind of sweating a little bit, and one guy yells out, he goes, "I'm bombing, folks, I'm bombing. This is what bombing looks like." And then he has just a flub in Skanks of the Memories, and a huge fan goes, "You're not bombing."
Right.
Referencing the old one, and he's like, "Who are you, kid show?" Like, "Hey, fuck you. Let me run this. Let me fly this plane." But that's what that was. Like, "You're not bombing. You're doing great."
The guy's homaging that.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
And it pissed Dave off because it brought that up.
Right. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Remember when you see Dave with all the hair and
I know.
It's so strange.
Yeah, he looks better now somehow, or maybe I'm just used to the bald.
Well, he was drinking a bottle of Jägermeister and smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
It's true. Don't forget the blow.
He's still smoking, but
Now, what do you think of this? And then maybe I shouldn't swim in these murky waters, but you mentioned the counterculture. Isn't it funny how people think they're counterculture now? And I'm like, you're just agreeing with everything that Boeing says.
Boeing?
Well, all these major corporations like Amazon and all this and the Washington Post, I'm like, you just agree with everything they say and all the politicians say, but you're counterculture? You're like saying the same things that the Oscars say.
Right. Wait, but who do you mean?
I mean, like comedians or artists or whatever, performers.
Oh,
They're
right.
like, fuck, dude, we got to fight back against the man. I'm like, well, you're kind of the man.
Right.
You're pushing everything that's supposed to be pushed. You have every hashtag and every flag and every saying.
There's so many mans now, though. There's like,
I
There used to be
know.
like the man. Now there's that man. There's the man.
And there's a pregnant man.
Yeah, there's the other man.
Yeah.
And then you're like, is that a man? I don't even know if that's a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think everyone's kind of in their own worlds now.
Yeah.
It's a topsy-turvy time.
They're like, I'm pushing back. I'm like, but Nancy Pelosi said the same thing.
Right.
This old bag in the White House who has huge tits, apparently.
Yes, a lot of these people, I'm like, well, you're the most powerful person.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's all. Just had to go back to the wise Buddha. I need you to go, yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. You're right. I'm on board with you, and I think you're the tops. Let's get into some stories.
Let's do it before our kids steal our business.
Let's live, baby. It's hard. I'm telling you, I don't want to leave now. I'm all on the road, but you don't want to leave, and you're like, he's not going to know me. Don't you know me? Now, speaking of which, that leads into my story here. So, I think it was last episode, last week, we were talking about you had a flight cancel.
Yes.
And an 8-hour thing, and I was talking about how rare it is when you just show up and it just has that red cancel.
Bummer.
It almost never happens anymore. And people are going to push back and go, well, no, my flight, whatever. But I'm like, I fly a lot.
You get the delay, but cancel is rare.
Very rare. It's usually a big storm or whenever a power surge or a Mountain Dew. But
Cancel culture.
so I was like, that never happens. And I've been really lucky because we've traveled obviously more than the average person. I've been flying 40 weeks a year for 15 years.
100%.
Crazy. So I've been on a lucky streak. So I'm in Milwaukee, did the Improv. Thanks to everyone who came out. It was a great weekend, really fun. Beautiful club, brand new.
Beautiful.
3 years old, which was awesome. And the staff was so nice. Some Tuesdays on that staff.
Hey, that way today.
You can tell, you can feel the vibes of who they're having because they're like, we are so thrilled. This is our favorite weekend. Oh my God. So I'm like, I think they're having some, I didn't look at the calendar, so I don't want to cast aspersions, but it sounds like they've had some stinkers coming through.
Well, they get these TikTok queefs and these YouTube cunts, and they don't have an act.
Yeah, I think they were like, holy shit. It was like I was fucking Lenny Bruce coming through.
Well, you and Bulger, that's a hot show.
Hell of a show. And the MC was great too. I don't remember his last name. Chris something. He looked a little bit like Gallagher. But he was like a real comic. Like when you get an MC and you listen to the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh, this is a guy. This guy's a comic. And we had Mike Toohey doing guest spots. Great weekend. Great hang. Nice. A good green room.
It's a cute town, too.
Yeah, well, we were in...
Well, I got 3 instruments down here.
That sounded like the needle jumped on the record.
I did, yes.
He bumped into the bureau or whatever.
Exactly.
So anyways, we're in Milwaukee. I'm flying home Sunday morning now, and this is another thing with the baby stuff. A lesson I've learned is in your mind, you're like, I'm going to book the first flight back so I can get back to that baby, alleviate my wife, and I got to get my teeth in that baby.
Yes.
So what you do is you go, give me the 6 a.m. flight. I got to see the baby.
That's so funny.
You wake up at 3:45. You fly across the country. You get home. You're like, I got a nap. Fuck off. I can't be with this scale. My head's spinning.
Yeah.
I got to go to bed. And I talked to Tony Deo, great friend, great comic, past guest.
Good
And he said the same thing. After a year of that, his wife was like, please stop booking the morning flight. It's useless.
Why? Because you're a zombie.
Because you're
anyway?
useless. You're sleeping 3 hours. And she's like, you're not even relieving me.
Oh, wow.
It's annoying.
You're just
Just
there.
book the 10:30 flight, get home at 1:30 with sleep.
And you'll be refreshed.
Then we'll be ready to go and hang out.
That's very interesting.
So for Milwaukee, I was like, I'm booking the 10:30 because the week before I had booked 6 a.m. I'm fucked. So I booked the 10:30 and I'm like, this is great. I'll sleep till 8 o'clock, which is heaven sent.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get home at 1:30. Not bad. Still have most of the day.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
got 6 hours left with the baby, I mean. So I'm excited about the flight. I'm going to sleep. Beautiful. I do 2 shows Saturday night. Fun shows. I'm walking from the stage to, when you get off stage, you kind of take your phone off airplane mode to see, is anything emergency happening, anything crazy happening, while I'm walking to do the meet and greet. And I just see, canceled, Delta, your flight's canceled. And I go, what? It goes, rebooked for 6 a.m. And I go, oh.
The universe is getting you.
So I go, fuck you. I was so excited to sleep till 8. Now I got to get up at 3:45. Fuck off. I'm going to be on no sleep. This is my one chance to sleep. I do the meet and greet. Everyone's wonderful. Photos, gifts. People send to give Starbucks gift cards, portraits, books. It's so beautiful. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Then I finish the meet and greet, go back to the green room. Now we're done. 4 shows, all great. I go, whoo, fuck, it's 6 a.m. I go, Bulger, I'll drive to the airport now, because he had a 7 a.m. flight. Now I can take to the airport. I look, Monday, 6 a.m.
Oh, no, your whole day's gone.
So not even the next morning at 6 a.m. Now I still have to get up at 3:45 a.m., but now I'm stuck in Milwaukee for a day. Now I'm losing a whole day of my life with my child, with my wife.
Oh, man, that would you can sleep in.
That's not bad. Well, the tennis gold medal match was happening at 6. I had to get up to that. So I'm like, fuck. And so then you have now I'm sure you've had this. First you have this thing of like, I have a limited days in my life with this child. He grows every day. I'm losing one. Fuck you. Fuck Delta.
Yes.
Sarah was already asleep, so I couldn't even tell her. She wants to be relieved because she's been alone with the baby for 3 days. And I'm like, first thing in the morning, I text her. She's on airplane mode, whatever. She wakes up. She's like, that sucks. We FaceTime. I'm like, I'm sorry. I hate myself. This is a bummer. And I look into flying from Chicago. I was like, could I drive? Could I fly this flight? And then you realize you can't. So then you accept it.
Yeah.
Then once you've talked to the wife and seen the baby, then you go, hey, I got a day all to myself. I got a rental car. My whole life is wide open. It's a Sunday, so nothing's expected of me.
You know, you're Kevin McAllister. At first he's like, where is everybody? Then he's like, I have the house to myself. Now you're jumping on the bed, you're ordering pizza, you're eating Twizzlers.
I made my family disappear.
Yes!
So then I realize I want to go to, I got to do something fun. I got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
So I went and found a park, went for a long hike. Then I did some work. I created a thing. I made this thing. I wrote. I listened to a full set while working out, which is the best move, by the way. You go to the gym, you put a set on. Once you listen to a set, you're writing. Then you work out. You're like, now I am working out and writing.
Whoa, double whammy.
I'm unstoppable now.
Yeah, it's the most productive you can be.
It's so good. And it's one of the few things you can do two things at once.
Right.
Because it's that top down, bottom up, which I never know the difference.
It's a sex move.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So because if you try to I'm going to read and watch a movie, you can't do both.
Sure.
But working out, you can be bicycling and or curling while doing whatever.
Yes,
So I do that. Now I feel great. The Cubs are playing in Chicago. Now, people don't realize this. Chicago is only an hour and 45 minutes away from Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
So I buy myself a ticket. I'm heading south. I'm driving to Chicago. I got a day up now. Sarah's on no sleep. She's pissed, and I'm like, I'm Ferris Bueller's day off over here.
Yeah, hey, better, so wing, better.
I think I broke my thumb. So I hop in the car. I put on some Patti Smith. I'm on a big Patti Smith kick. I'm reading a book. I'm listening to all the albums. I crank that. I head south. I hit up my buddy Bart. He couldn't come. He was bartending, ironically.
Ah.
But I got myself a nice ticket, drove all the way down, watched the baseball game, about 6 innings, because you're going to drive all the way back. Don't forget I have a 6 a.m. flight, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I wrote, I worked out, I hiked, and I went to the Cubby game, and Wrigley Field is always wonderful to be at, so it was great.
Wow, what a great day off.
Yeah, and then I came home Monday, I was very tired, and it was also nice because I had nothing scheduled for Monday. Usually we're podcasting, we have a
huge.
show, and then you got to go, hey, I can't come, can you make up this, whatever. I didn't have to touch my calendar.
So then you can touch the baby.
So it worked out. Yeah, I touched them all over.
Yeah, well, the losing a day is fucking devastating. I lost one last Sunday, as we mentioned. Also Delta, by the way. They're slipping. Come on, I tried to be loyal, and then Delta keeps fucking me right in the pooper.
Well, I think the surge or the whatever it's called.
Crowd strike. Yeah, who knows? So it hurts to lose that whole day. Just like, God damn, a day of my life is gone. But you also had a great day. So
Great day.
it all kind of worked out. And then you see the baby and everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's life is all acceptance anyways. You just go,
Sure.
all right, what am I going to do? Sit here and stew about my ex? Keep it good. Great film.
Good movie. Wow, well, that's great. Yeah, I had a friend. Listen to this. This is his story, not mine. But he's in Orlando for some bullshit, some work thing.
You know how we feel about Orlando.
Yeah. And by the way, that airport is just full of kids with Mickey hats on and sticks hitting you in the leg. It's brutal. And he had an 8 a.m. flight. That got pushed to 8 p.m. So he's like, fuck, but I'll get home at 11:30, whatever. Then he waited till 7 or 6 p.m. Flight canceled. Nothing left. Tries to get a hotel. All the hotels are booked. They're booked, Jerry. Can't get a hotel. So he looks at his wife and he goes, let's just drive it. She's like, it's a 15-hour drive back to Manhattan. And he's like, let's do it. They rent a car. They drove to Manhattan through the night and had work the next day.
Oh!
I know. What a trooper.
But that's one of those ones, too. You have to just embrace it and go, let's have fun. Make this memorable. Be like the Griswolds, whatever. I like the same thing, by the way. 14 hours from Milwaukee to New York.
Wow.
But I was by myself. And you're like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it's like it worked. Because he would drive for 4 hours, sleep for 4, she would drive. So they had each other, but he's like, it was divorce almost. It was just like at each other's throats. Because you got to get off the plane or get off the airport, get on the tram, go to the budget rental, wait in that line, get the budget. You know, it's a nightmare. It's the little things that kill you.
Right. Well, that's the thing, too, about, and we've talked about this before, traveling is so difficult, but once you settle in, it's so worth it.
Yes.
Because you're like, I got to pack up the thing and pack this and fucking, exactly. You're at Avis, you're at Hertz, you're at Dick Hertz, you're going to the train. But once you're there, you're like, woo! With that, you don't even have that.
I
You're just
know.
kind of like, all right, off to work we go.
Right. Yeah, when I was in Barcelona, May's brother was like, hey, you want to go to this monastery? It's about an hour out. And I'm like, yeah, an hour out. We got the beach right here. We got Barcelona right here. And he's like, it's beautiful. It's breathtaking. It's on a mountain. It's from 1408 AD BC, AC/DC. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And then you got to wait in line at the rental. Then you got to get the rental. Then you got to drive out. Now you're sitting in traffic, and you're like, I'm sitting in traffic in Barcelona. I could have gone to the beach, but we got there, and it was beautiful.
Right.
So you just push through.
It's worth it. You gotta do it.
So I got a weird one for you.
I love weird.
All right. So I mentioned last week that we did a Protect Our Parks a while ago. Shane Gillis was going to this football wedding, McCaffrey, I believe.
Yeah, right.
He got married to some hot piece, and Shane's like, I need a tuxedo. And, Rogan, being the Rogan he is, goes, oh, I need a tuxedo too. I'll set it all up. And then me and Ari show up, and he goes, you guys want suits? And free shit. So I go, yeah, bring it on. These are like top of the line. I finally got my suits in the mail. I sent Rogan a nice thank you. I put the suit on. I put it on last night, and I slept in it. Because, you get this nice suit. I mean, this is tailored to every inch of your sack, your ankle, your wrist. It has MN on the cuffs.
Wow.
The inside jacket says Mark Norman with, like, crazy letter. Like, this is high-end shit. I've never had anything...
Tailor-made.
Tailor-made, yes. Taylor Clark.
Love Taylor Clark.
Yeah. So I go, oh, my God. I text Ari. I go, these suits are amazing. Ari, of course, got a checkerboard... red, gray, ridiculous, bullshit. Like the guy, what's that guy who sells books online? Matthew, it's not what he's like, you can make $600 in 5 minutes.
The guy that looks like Louis C.K.?
No, he's got wacky glasses. He looks like the Riddler. It's very early 90s. He was one of these money
Bill
guys.
Nye?
Yeah, similar, but he was like a scam artist money guy. Like, you should have your money work for you. Call me, and I'll make you $9 million in 10 minutes.
Because there's the money guy that looks like Louis. He's the current money guy.
Mad Jim Cramer.
Is that right?
Mad Money, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you got the guy. It's going to take some finessing. It's a deep cut.
I'm thinking the Curious George guy.
Matthew Lesko.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Boy, Let's Go really took off.
Unbelievable.
I was into Allahu Akbar.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all Brady.
Is it?
I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's a Tom Brady joint.
Wow.
Yeah. LFG.
One of the few times I said I'm going to jog. Side note, I'm jogging and it starts pouring rain. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm jogging in the rain. You feel like you're on 30 for 30, you got the Sports Center music in the back. And I'd run by a couple other guys who were jogging, and they were also had that same feeling like, fuck it, we're doing this. And it was like a Marine Corps thing. And every one of them said, I want to do one of these, and they go, let's go. And I run past another guy, and I go, and he goes, let's go.
Let's go's big.
Let's go's big. It's too big. We need a new one.
It's weird how it just catches on.
It catches.
Well, I was talking about this before about how the young people, they don't say really, they say actually. And my nephew is 16. He's in Massachusetts. My niece, I have a niece who's 12 and lives in Gig Harbor, and she says it. I'm like, how did that happen?
Can you give it a sentence?
Give me a fact.
America was born in 1776 or founded.
Actually?
Oh, they do that.
We say really.
Yeah, really.
You went, oh yeah, the penalty for chewing gum with your tits out is 3 years in jail.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They say, actually? How did that happen? How does that culturally happen across the nation?
Yeah.
A whole generation stops saying really and starts saying actually.
Well, people would say it's the internet, but I think it's something else. Because we did it with Richard Gere with the gerbil in his ass. We also do it with like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg.
Right.
Every kid in America knew that song. That was never taught. That was never in a class. It was never on a billboard. It was never in print.
But it's passed on. But that's the thing. That's a song that's passed on. It wasn't like we sang one and then the lyric changed. Like, this is just like a cultural...
That's true.
We changed from one to the other.
It's true.
Who was the first one? There has to be a first person that said, actually?
Who's the Jackie Robinson of actually? I would give you another one. I'll raise you this. We were growing up, people would say, I feel like it's... oh, shit, I fucked it up. They go, I think it's 1981, this movie. And now people go, I feel like this movie was made in 1981.
Right.
I feel like replaced I think.
Mm.
I feel like we should go out tonight. It used to be, I think we should go out tonight.
Right.
I feel like we should go out tonight. Just saying.
Interesting.
Observation. So, I text Ari with the suit. So Ari, of course, the big idea man, goes, hey, we should go out tonight with these suits on and just paint the town red. Like, go all out, boozing, hit every neighborhood, whatever. So I go, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm gay. We'll go out, we'll get one. Because you got to think, going out with the suit on means I have spots tonight. So I have to wear the suit to the spots and then meet Ari. I don't want to do the spots and go home and put the suit on and go back out.
Are you in Austin or New York?
No, this is here. This is last night. No. What's today?
I don't know.
Tuesday?
Wednesday.
This is Monday night.
Comedians never know what day it is.
No,
I take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah, you got that right. So, what are the best parts of the job?
It really is. I told you there's a thing called the day clock, and my friend Ira Proctor was like, tell me that's not an invention for comedians. It's like you wake up and you're like, what is that, Tuesday?
That's true. It's Monday. We go out Monday night. I have 2 spots at the stand. So I was like, all right, great. Then I put the suit on. I go to the stand, and I'm already dreading every cum-guzzling piece of shit comic going, what's with the suit? What's going on? Whoa, what do you have in court? Whoa, what are you getting sued? Whoa, what's going on? What are you running Wall Street?
Just thinking about it, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yes, so I came up with a plan. This is how much I hate dealing with this shit that I had to come up with a plan to get out of it.
All right.
So I walk in the stand, everybody goes, whoa, Big Daddy Moneybags is here, and I go, funeral. And they all went, oh, geez, who died? I go, they go, so sorry, good Godspeed, praise Allah,
That's good.
I was pretty proud of that.
I just picture being like a sharp, yellow suit.
Dumb and Dumber coming in.
Right.
The top hat and ruffles. But, so I do my sets. By the way, I get the Mulaney, the Seinfeld. You put that suit on, you're up there talking about squirting, and you just feel like a man.
Right. I brought a suit to my last special. Remember, it was in the closet. I brought it. I was like, I'm wearing a suit. It's going to be viral. It's going to be huge. And that was my big mistake, not wearing it, because it's not viral.
What?
But then you got to put it on and keep it creased and smooth.
That was the other thing. It's so hot, I'm sweating in this thing. So now I got the ring around the collar. The suit, it stinks now. But whatever. So I do the sets. Fun time. I check in with Ari. He goes, hey, I just finished a pod. I'm putting my suit on. I'm with Sal. Is that all right if he comes? Sal's a fucking Daisy Dukes and a tank top. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. It's getting a little weird. We're like two lawyers with our gay son.
And a celebrity.
And a hookshot. So we go to this bar. Of course, we go to one bar and we stayed there for 9 hours. We drank so many martinis. It was just, we're in the suit, so we're trying to go with the theme of like rich, powerful guys. We're like, get a couple rounds of martinis. We get martinis. It's like out of a movie. Cut to the table with just empty, like hundreds of empty martini glasses. The lady at one point, we stayed there so long, she goes, guys, I'm out of olives. We drank her out of olives.
Actually?
Exactly. Actually out of olives. I feel like she was out of olives. And we stayed there. At one point I go, it's 4 a.m. And Sal has 2 kids now, or has a kid on the way or whatever. And he's like, oh no, I got to be up in an hour or whatever. And me and Ari are so shit-faced. We're just stumbling on Avenue A in suits at 4 a.m. There's crackheads walking by us. There's hobos riding by on brooms, and we're just like, I jump up on a mailbox. I'm dancing on a mailbox. Ari's in a checkered suit. Sal's taking photos of us. Meanwhile, a hobo's like, Impractical Jokers? And we kick him in the face. And I realized I'm on a city bike on the way home at 4 a.m. 4:30, whatever. I get home and I'm like, what do I have to do tomorrow? Because I am going to be hung over. I look at my schedule, 2 podcasts.
Oh, boy.
A conference call with my agents, 5 shows, and one of the shows is an hour set.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no, I got hammered like I haven't been hammered in 10 years, like it was high school, and I have the busiest day of my life in the morning. and it's 4:30 in the morning.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
This is terrible. So did you make all the things?
I got up, and plus you got a pregnant wife at home, so you want to kind of be helpful, with her, and you want to, be nice. So I'm
You
like,
can be.
yeah. I mean, that alarm went off. I got red eyes. I got my asshole's bleeding. I'm coughing up olive jizz. I got it feels like someone shit in your mouth. And then the anxiety kicks in, the guilt, and don't forget I have to do my gay exercises in the morning. So I'm doing my squats, and then you're going up and down with a hangover. It's the worst feeling, the changing levels. So I get my shit done. I chug 8 pounds of coffee. I eat some breakfast. I go do the podcast. It's Adam Ray doing Dr. Phil. So he's coming in hot. He's got the full makeup on. He's spitting. He's killing. He's zinging and zanging. And I'm like, you got that right. I'm like Bolger. I'm not yes-anding. I blew the whole thing. We had 2 episodes to do, plus ads. Oh, it was the longest day of my life. You finally get out of that. Then you're like, all right, now I got to go to New York Comedy Club, do an hour. Then you run out of there and do 4 other sets, and it's pouring, raining the whole night, so you're in the rain. Oh, it's hell. But I did it all. I did my last set at the Cellar at 12:30.
Wow.
Yeah, and I went home and I just pushed the wife. I said, get out of here. I pushed her down the stairs, hoping to kill the kid, and then I went to bed for 8 hours, and I woke up and came straight here.
All right. I wonder how Ari's, because Ari's, 59.
Yeah.
And ugly and,
Well, I was checking in with him throughout the day because I was like, I hate myself. This is the biggest mistake. And he's like, I had the day off. I'm at the sauna. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, well, Ari doesn't work. He's
I
like
know.
the laziest, most productive piece of shit I've ever met.
He really is. But yeah, he gets stuff done. He's one of these, they say work smarter, not harder. I think he's doing that.
Well, he also, sometimes you are with him and he's just on his phone the whole time.
That's true.
And that was my roast joke about him. He accused Chris Rock of being lazy. Then every time he shoots a special, he leaves for 8 months. Something like that.
Yeah, he goes to Thailand.
Yeah.
Hey, folks. Tuesday's Story is brought to you by Helix. Get a good night's sleep for once in your goddamn life with Helix. The mattresses are amazing. They have 20 unique mattresses to suit your body and your sleep style. Whether you like a firmer mattress or a cloud-like cushion, Helix has got you covered. They got options. Take their quiz to get matched with the mattress that's perfect for you. I like a little on the firm side, like a semi mattress. Not too hard, not too soft. Goldilocks. You know how it goes. She was a whore. She would have taken anything. And your food, too, by the way. So watch out for her. If you love comfort and convenience, Helix mattresses are delivered and straight to your door for free. No more strapping a full-size mattress to the top of your car and hoping for the best. It's time to get the best sleep ever with Helix. Helix is offering up to 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for Tuesdays with Stories. Listeners, go to helix.com/Tuesdays. That's helix.com/Tuesdays. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Get 25% off, folks. Can't miss. Hey, folks, Tuesday's Story is brought to you by Shopify. When your online store is raking in the big bucks, you better have a point-of-sale system you can trust. Shopify's got you covered. The best converting checkout is 36% better than the other leading players in the game. Shopify works with millions of businesses all across 175 countries and powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. That's a seriously good track record. Shopify even makes your busy work a breeze with Shopify Magic. Shopify Magic helps you write product descriptions, edit images, and automatically answers customer questions and messages for a smooth shopping experience. Wow, they thought everything. You already know that your business is top-notch. Make sure your point-of-sale system is too. Woo! Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Tuesday, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/Tuesdays to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/Tuesdays. Get on it! Hey, folks, when you're looking for the most comfortable underwear that's going to cradle your balls and make your package look awesome, Sheath Underwear is where it's at. We love it. It's truly the best. Anybody who's anybody is wearing them. All the podcast queefs are putting them on. You know that, folks. And our podcast queef wives. Sheath has 2 pouches, one for your dong and the other for your sack. You never realize how awesome it feels to have those puppies separated down there until you give it a shot. You gotta keep them separated. Segregation is good when it comes to genitalia. That's what I hear. I love it. I enjoy it. Feels good. It's all I wear. I got rid of all my panties and my fishnets. Got to go with the sheath. Lasts for years, and you're making a quality investment. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use promo code TUESGAYS to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear 100% money back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code TUESGAYS. Get Sheath Underwear, support the show, and support your balls.
But yeah, wild night, and yeah, glad I did it. Now tonight I'm driving to Long Island with Ronan.
Oh, yeah, I heard. What's that? Is that a corporate?
No, it's a Long Island gig. It's way out. It's like in Montauk.
Oh, boy.
So me and Ronan are going to get pretty chummy in that car.
Well, you got to do a lot of Mont listening, because that guy can Mont talk. I'll tell you that. And, that'll be fun. That's nice.
Bring it on. Yeah, I'd rather listen than talk, so.
Love Ronan. Hot new episode of Joe and Ronan. We went full politics. We went everything. It was fun. We talked about long legs. 48 minutes in. We both trashed it.
Ronan sentence.
By the way, I went and saw Twisters. Walked out after 20 minutes.
Come on.
Oh, it stinks out loud.
Come up worse than because the first one wasn't great either, by the way, but everybody loved it because it was new and
It's fun and silly, the cow.
The cow.
Well, we didn't do a full walk. It was Dan Belger and I went and saw it, and then about 20 minutes in, I was like, this is terrible. And he's like, I hate it. So we went to the new M. Night Shyamalan.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, and that's a bag of cheese, too.
Whoa!
Well, he stinks. M. Night Shyamalan stinks.
He had one good and then one okay, and then it was just a big pile of diarrhea.
Well, you look at his Rotten Tomatoes scores, it's like 31, 28, 24, 36, 61.
Well, he got talk about the zeitgeist. He got that. I can't see dead people.
All I see is dead.
Oh yeah, whatever. Well, that popped like Houston. We have a problem.
Right.
And the Macarena.
Yeah, it's boy, but yeah, plot holes aplenty in this movie.
Wow.
Trap. Have you seen the trailer at all?
For who?
Trap.
Trap? No, I
It's
haven't
like
heard
the
of it.
dad takes his kid to a concert, and then they're looking for a serial killer, but he's the serial killer. And I'm not giving anything away. That's in the trailer.
Sure.
Which you think that would be the twist.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, it's the dad the whole time.
Yeah.
But boy, it stinks out loud.
Wow. Just make it about the board game. We'll call it a night.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, they made Battleship.
Oh yeah.
That was a big bag of hot semen.
Has Monopoly ever been a movie?
No.
That could be fun.
That's
Atlantic
something.
City and it has.
They're making it. Jail.
Seriously, they're making it. Oh wow.
Yeah, you go to jail, you buy a hotel. That's awesome.
Do you ever think, when you have ideas, we should call somebody?
I know.
Powerful men in Hollywood, for God's sakes. Because I'm like, I just came with this idea. I'm like, Monopoly, the movie.
There it is.
You do it in Atlantic City, you're trying to get the thing, you go to jail, you whatever, and then you're like, they're already making, the guy that came up with this idea is probably making $78 billion.
Yes, Parker Brothers. We're the Farter Brothers.
Yeah, we should have came up with something.
So wait, do you see the Vince Vaughn clip going around?
No, I don't know the VV.
Well, he did. I do enjoy a good Vaughn Vince, and he went on Hot Ones.
Love Vince Vaughn.
That Hot Ones show.
I've heard of it.
And he goes, hey, the interviewer was like, what's up with R-rated movies? You made Wedding Crashers, Old School, Swingers, like all these killer movies. Where's the next one? What do we, it's been 20 years. And he goes, well, and he breaks down why there aren't any. And it went viral.
Really?
It was just like, hey, every exec is scared. They want an IP.
What's IP again?
Intellectual property. So they want a Battleship. That's why I brought up, because he brings up Battleship. He's like, Battleship is the dumbest idea for a movie ever, but people have heard of it.
Right.
It's IP. So just make that piece of shit, and hopefully we sell some tickets. You throw out Hangover, naked Asian guy, fag, retard, drunk white guys, it makes them nervous.
Right.
And so he's like, put out Marvel 71, Hawkman Dick.
No, it's awful. It makes me so sad. You walk to the movie theater, it's all remake, prequel,
Yep.
sequel, remake, comic book, fuck off.
Well, did you hear the, I can't remember what company, not Pixar, what are the other, not Disney, but another one, Paramount maybe, the head of it said no more message in movies. Let's try that. Because we tried it the other way, and we lost a shit ton of billions of dollars.
Oh, good.
Let's try the other way. And Twisters, the director came out in an interview and they asked about climate change because it's about tornadoes. And he said, I will not have 1 ounce of climate change in the movie. And the guy was like, well, it's a big platform. Don't you think that's a little unsafe or whatever? And the guy was like, it's a movie. It's an action movie. Let's leave it at that. He's like, I believe in climate change. I'm all for helping it, but this is a movie. And I gotta respect that.
But can I just say this, though, to counter that? Because I watched only 20 minutes of the movie, and it is also a fucking 12-year-old girl who's the biggest genius in the history of climate change, and the guy's a fucking idiot, and here comes the man who's like, in his glasses, and he's like, we can't do that. I'm the corporate white man.
Right.
Oh. And then she's 11, and she's like picking up grass and smelling it and throwing it, like, we gotta follow the genius. So,
what about Glenn Powell? I thought he was...
I don't know. I didn't get far enough to see what he does. But yeah, he's a cool guy, whatever. Yeah. It was just so cliche and whatever. And then, by the way, the woman, I'm watching this movie, she's from Oklahoma. She's the Oklahoma kid. She's, a tornado girl.
Okay, see.
And then in the middle of it, she's like, I'm going to Oklahoma September 3rd to the 5th. We should do plugs in the middle of the show. People keep telling you that. But
butt plug.
In the middle of the movie, she's like, was that a tornado I heard? And I was like, the fuck was that? She just went full British. I look it up. She's British. In the middle of the movie, why did the director go, cut? Can you not sound like George Harrison, please? It's fucking nuts.
What is she, Greta Thunberg? Like, how does she know about the winds and the grass?
I don't know. It's so annoying. And then, oh my God, this is so fucking funny. And Dale Belcher made this point. I made the same point on Joe and Ron on Talk Movies, so apologies if you listen to both. Most likely you don't, based on the numbers. But there's the guy, there's always the guy in the truck in every movie.
Yes, the truck.
There's the people that drive the truck into the storm and they throw the thing up there and they're in danger and they're all gonna die. And then there's the guy back with the earpiece going, you gotta go 48 miles northwest, 78, blah, blah. Everyone dies except the guy in the van and the girl. This is the opening scene, don't worry about it. The movie stinks. And then he's like this, you ever wonder why it was you and me that got out of there? And Belcher makes the point, you're like, well, you weren't even in it. That's why you got out.
Right.
You were down the street in the van.
Good point.
Like, he's like, what minute did God bless us? Why were we? I'm like, you weren't there.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you were in the Empire State Building talking to someone that survived 9/11.
Right.
You're like, how come we got out? You're like, because you were uptown, you jackass. But any parts, she's the crazy tornado girl, and then everyone dies, and now she's in Manhattan with her business suit, and they're like, you gotta come back.
Yeah.
We need you. And she's like, well, I'm a business lady now. You belong out here. It was just too much. I couldn't take it.
That is a big spoonful of message.
But what are you gonna do? It's very messagey.
iMessage.
How about this? 2 things. I saw 2 things today. Louis C.K. joke. My pilot. The pilot is in the audience. Well, the other day we had a pilot. This might be too offensive, too hot for TV.
Oh, I can't wait.
I wanted to tweet it, but I'm afraid of the backlash. I got a baby now.
Sure,
I got to make money. But we had a trans woman pilot. What do you think of that?
What? I'm okay with that.
Well, I like it because if you're going to have a female pilot, you want them to have been a man at some point.
That was my point.
Yeah. So, but it was, a side pony, which is bold. To be to transition to a woman and have the side, very quirky side pony out
Maybe
here.
it was a comb over pony. Because if it's a guy deep down, oh boy. But you want the pony, but your hair is still thinning.
No, I think it was full hair.
Okay.
I think she had full, beautiful, luscious hair, but side pony, comb over. What would you say? That's a good punk name.
Comb over pony.
Comb over pony is a great punk name. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Seeing them in Asbury Park next week.
Someone pull up a comb over pony rock poster. But anyways, if you're a pilot, I just think this is what I think. I don't know. I don't want to get too, but it just feels like this person must have been new to a woman, because it just feels so weird to be a pilot, a fucking button-up suit pilot. I got 175 souls on board, and then
Yes.
put a scrunchie on the side of your head.
Yeah.
You look like you're going to a kid's birthday party.
That's true. Also, it is a cockpit. It's a tight space. You don't want your pony hitting Roger in the deadhead over here, you know?
I was like, what are you doing? Pull it back. And by the way, couldn't have been sweeter. We had the baby with us. She was so sweet. She gave him, came over and gave him the wings, and couldn't have been nicer. It was a nice, smooth flight. I'm not trying to disparage, but I'm like, brush your hair back or something. It's like if I was gonna fly a plane, like comb. I had like a wacky spiky dude, like, hey everybody, let's rock and roll. I was like, what are you doing? But anyways, that was that pilot. Then my flight home from Milwaukee, there's all the kinds of lady pilots. Lady walks out. It was like a love story. This beautiful blonde woman, hottest pilot I've ever seen. She looked she was like, I don't know, Russian or Czech, Eastern European, just beautiful blonde pilot. And I was like, wow, that's the hottest pilot I ever saw.
Yeah.
With the uniform, the captain hat, took it off, did one of these with the hair swoops.
Whoa.
And I'm sitting there just fantasizing about making love to a pilot, Mile High Club, my father's gay.
I love it. Getting jet blue balls.
Well, then a couple minutes later, the co-pilot comes out, hotter.
Come on.
I swear to God, I want to take a photo, but if you get caught taking photos of hot pilots, I think they take away your license.
I think Bin Laden did that.
Well, dark hair, and then they're sitting next to each other. They look like the cover of a Heart record. Just beautiful blonde, beautiful black hair.
You're flying right into my heart.
And I wanted to be like, I tried to say good flight, and I was like, great tits, just whatever. It was unbelievable. Two hot pilots,
That's
Jerry.
unheard of, because you think a lady pilot, fine, whatever, but like, it's gonna be the butch lady from the boot camp and G.I. Jane, but then they get a hot one, and then two.
Butch Cassidy and the Sunday Kid.
Yeah.
Callback. I mean, these were gorgeous. I'm talking like 27-year-old smoke shows. Now I'm flying the plane.
They can pull my yoke any day.
Hell yeah. But yeah, anyways, a lot of lady pilots out there, which reminds me of Ted Alexander had that great bit years ago. I think Obama, he's like, black president. He's like, how when you have like a lady pilot?
The bus driver.
Bus driver. And he's
Yes.
like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no, that's great. I just
never seen it before.
But anyways.
Wow, lady pilot. That's exciting. Tampa maxi pad with wings.
Two hot pilots, trans pilot. It's a beautiful world. The future is now.
Well, here's what I don't get, and this is gonna ruffle some pubes.
Oh boy, we're gonna really get.
But the DEI hire. We keep talking about that. It's a DEI hire, but DEI, it was implemented for good. So if it's a DEI hire, why? My point is, if something is an insult, maybe it wasn't that good of an idea. If it's your idea and you're implementing this new thing to help people and be more progressive, if I use that against you, you shouldn't be insulted. That's kind of a sign that it might have flaws. Is all I'm saying.
Right, I see. You're saying they were like, we need to do this, and then when people call it out, they're like, hey, that's not true.
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of you're negating your whole message. Hey, we're gonna do this. This is a great idea. This is a great move for society. Okay, well you did that. Whoa! What are you doing? What are you saying here? I'm like, well, you implemented it and you championed it, so get behind it.
I think you got a point.
I have a point.
Right.
Just a thought. I'm not trying to make some statement. I'm just saying, like, is it good or is it bad? Which one is it? You keep telling me two different things.
Well, it's kind of like your old joke, like fat. She's beautiful.
Big and beautiful. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So which one is it?
Interesting. Well, hey, I got no complaints about these pilots. They really flew it, landed it, very few bumps.
There you
go. Just didn't care for the side pony. A little silly for my liking.
I agree. Yeah, it's a little much. We gotta have a little decorum up there.
Yeah. You can't have a mohawk.
Right.
Right? I mean, I guess you could.
Well, then does that raise the question, does the trans woman have a little more pull? Because you go, hey, what's up with the side? Oh, rock on, bitch. Like, if it was, like, if I see a black guy at the gym blasting music, I'm like, he likes the hip hop. He's working out. What are you gonna do? It's a free country. If I see a white guy blaring Phil Collins, I'm like, hey, this is a public place, man. Like, what are you doing? It's a gym.
Right.
But I wouldn't do it to the black guy because I'm like, well, he's been through some stuff, slavery, George Floyd, I don't know, whatever. But
George Floyd saying cut it.
You get my point, though.
Yeah, of course.
You give a little leeway to the minor.
Well, you don't want to be on a video.
Yeah, that too.
I think if you yell at a white guy playing Phil Collins, it's not going to be a hate crime or bias or anything.
Right.
You can go, hey, turn that music off. That's too loud.
Yes.
They're never going to be like, this man's a piece of shit. In fact, they're going to be like, this guy's a hero.
There's a racial
But in
component.
this, there's a racial component if a white guy's telling a black... Which I pitched the show. You know the show,
I
Inconsiderate
love
Nation.
this show. I think about this show 3 times a week.
I think about it all the time, too. Maybe we should get together and really pitch it.
Let's shoot one. I think that's how you got to do it in this biz. These guys are cowards.
Been saying it for years. And so anyways, we pitched the show. We were putting together the show, and I said, do you think I should have a black co-host, or we just write it for a black person? Because this day and age seems a little insane for a white person to come up and be like, you shouldn't do it like that. You should do it like this.
Good point.
And then the people I was pitching to were like, oh, you're out of your mind. And I was like, am I living in a different planet?
What? I've never heard of an exec not wanting a black.
They were like, well, this wasn't an exec. This is the production company. And they were
see.
like, no, you're looking too into this. And I'm like, I think the zeitgeist
Yeah.
doesn't want straight white men saying, you're doing that. That's terrible what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's like not even like up for debate. That would be the number one thing is like, here's a, what's the word? Privileged white guy, cis man confronting people.
Yeah.
And they're no good. But if you give it to, I said Wanda Sykes. I was like, we should pitch it to Wanda Sykes.
Perfect. Funny voice. That'd be great.
Yeah, Wanda's going, where are you going? You're going up the escalator down the upside? You fucking piece of shit? That's funny.
You like big asses.
A white guy going, hey, you're playing music too loud. That's not going to fly.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they were like, you're crazy.
Wow, you see, these people are clueless.
And then you're like, I guess we're just living in different planets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No wonder the show didn't get made. It's run by retards.
Well, what are you going to do? I was like, Chris Allen could be my buddy.
Yes. I think I'm working with it this weekend.
Oh, nice. I love Chris.
Richmond.
Oh, that's not far for him.
No. He'll drive. Then we're driving to Greensboro. Not bragging.
Greensboro's nice.
You know it?
Yeah.
North Carolina?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Greensboro's great.
North and south. Yeah, they're tough. Charlotte's north.
Yes.
Raleigh.
Raleigh's north.
So what's
South, you got
Charleston.
Charleston and Columbia.
Ah. Where's Wilmington?
North.
Wilmington, I think, is a hidden gem in America. I love that town.
Dead Crow, yeah. I love it. Great record stores there. And
Yeah.
Good comedy club.
Right on the water.
North Carolina is a fantastic state.
I agree. I'm a fan.
I love Raleigh. I could live in Raleigh. I might move there. I swear to God.
What's the word? And I'll tell you where. Oh, jeez, we're flying.
Yeah.
What's the word on Battery Par?
Well, my landlord currently is in Greece. We don't know what he's been there for 2 months. We don't know what's going on with our lease, but up here, I'm already gone. I mean, we want out. It's our apartment is 1,000 degrees. We're carrying that baby up the stairs, so we're going.
Really?
Well, I haven't made the arrangements yet,
right.
but if I could snap my finger, we'd be there.
Hell yeah, I love to hear it.
So then we'll be close. We're the closest we've ever been to each other.
Isn't that funny? Still a river between.
Yeah.
Like
We're
Gaza.
switching.
Oh yeah.
You're going to the outer borough, I'm coming to the inner borough.
Wow, I'm downgrading. You're upgrading.
Yeah, well, you're moving to a house.
That's true.
I mean, that's going to be unbelievable. We're moving to a place we can't afford.
Yeah, well, that's the trade-off. You get a house in a backyard, but you're over there in BK.
Right, BK Broiler.
Yeah, BK nice.
Well, I think he'll be divorced about 6 months into this
That's
child
true.
raising.
The baby will really split us.
Oh, 100%. I mean, when he was a pool going.
Yeah, and it's got downs, so that's not going to make it any easier. But where are you going to be there, Sloppy Jalopy?
I'm going to the Olympics for hunting and catching. Well, the big one, of course, is Town Hall. Town Hall, is this right, August 19th?
I'm pretty sure.
Sounds about right.
All right, well, I'm in Side Splitters in Tampa, one of my favorite clubs, and tickets are flying.
There you go.
And that's one of my favorite clubs, one of our best markets, I think. Oh, that's one of the best comedy markets, is it not? I mean...
Oh, I love Tampa. I love that club. We've been going there for over a decade.
BT.
Bachelor party.
I went there I've been going there for almost 20 years. I went there in 06 for the first time. So 18 years ago in the Side Splitters.
Did you see, speaking of Tampa, did you see what DePaulo tweeted at Gomez?
No. Oh, I missed that. Two of my favorite online presences.
Somebody, for some reason, Gomez got a book deal, and he goes, "Hey, folks, crazy news, I got a book deal. What should I call my book?" And DePaulo wrote, "Can you believe somebody gave my dumbass a book deal?" Or something like I'm butchering it. But it was the perfect line.
I gotta look at that. I can't wait for Skankfest. I mean, DePaulo at Skankfest.
Wow!
That's gonna be a laugh a minute.
That's too much for the senses.
I mean, it's gonna be next level, mind-blowingly fun. But November 9th, Town Hall, New York City. Come to that. That's the big one. Side Splitters this weekend. And then I got crazy coming up. Portland Helium, Philadelphia Helium.
My favorite club.
Oklahoma City. First time ever working there. I'm sure that'll be empty. That's the first weekend in September.
It's a good room.
Where the fuck else? Bunch of crazy gigs. I can't think of it. Royal Oak, Michigan. I'm coming back. Last year I missed because of the baby. So Royal Oak, Michigan, Portland, Philly, Tampa, some of the biggest and best, funnest clubs and markets. So, and Madison, coming back to Madison.
Oh my God, what a list! I mean, this is the top tier, best choice clubs.
I know, I'm excited. It's gonna be a great fall. It's gonna be a good summer. So come on out. I'll see you in Tampa.
Hey, I'm all over the road. Go to punchup/Joe List, punchup/Mark Norman. We're all over it. Get the tickets. I'm coming to Toronto, Chicago, I think Nashville at some point. I think I'm going to Mexico City again because I love it there. We're selling some tickets. I can't believe it.
Come on, Mexico City.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. I can't remember my dates either. I think I'm in Florida at some point. Fort Lauderdale. And another one over there, Fort Collins in Colorado. Other stuff. Go to the website, get some Bodega Cat, check out the Patreon. It's a how. We're about to do a bonus right now. Keep it queefing, keep it quaffing. Don't tell anybody what we said here and live it up. Praise Allah.
Oh, yeah, that was a dicey one. Rupert, you want to add anything? Chuck is dead again.
Yeah, check out my podcast, Reviewing History. We watch movies based on true stories and we go through them, tell you what's really fake, and make dick and fart jokes.
Oh, that sounds great. Have you done American Gangster?
Not yet.
Oh, you got to just destroy that one.
What do you mean?
Well, great film, but all horseshit.
Oh.
The whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there was never like a African-American organization that topped the Italian mafia. That's never happened. And also, the whole thing where Russell Crowe is like got his divorced son and they're fighting over his son and they never have a kid.
Oh.
They just threw that in there.
Weird.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Why do they do that?
I hate Hollywood.
It's a great story already.
I hate Hollywood. Please let me in. I'd love to move there and be a part of it. But anyways, Braveheart. Did you do Braveheart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one too. Anyway, Braveheart. They call it the least historically accurate film in the history of films.
I just rewatched it on a plane. It really gets the testosterone pumping. I was like,
oh, it's fun. Let's go!
yeah, I almost choked the pilot. It was a lady.
It's fun. The pilot is in the audience. Side Pony. What was it again?
Comb over pony.
Comb over pony. That's gold.
COP.
All right. COP3. Hey. All right.
All right. You know COP?
You know me. Still say low G, but low key. That's it. You want to think of it.